I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Coach, this time of year in Philly, you know what to expect. Cold temps, and we've got them. But the skies are clear tonight at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Cardinal first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds.
First down, Murray. Going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
No, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing is Murray on third down. He can run for it, and he will. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Mike's 43.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown, baby. 6. Quick 6.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wentz now on 1st down. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They begin the drive with a grab with Mack. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. That's it. Watch 54. I got you. Shift.
From the 38, Murray going long here for Wallace. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Go.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's trash.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Hightower, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Team 6. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Check. Here we go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
I got it. Watch 57. Let's go, let's go. 57 to Mike.
Now Murray throwing on second down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter. But
you don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week, and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going, and being able to make a play on the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Howard. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Go. Waiting.
From the 40 now on second down. Wentz throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Double dog, that's the way.
On first down, Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Five. Over here.
Wentz going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
You got to
Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2, kill. Hey, Echo. Hang in there now. It's done.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Bird to return. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
43 is the mark.
They go with Howard again. And an alley to run. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 38 yards on the scamper there. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
82.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
Hey, Zoo.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Again, it's Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another first and 10.
Bravo!
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard his second TD of the game and 16th on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant's extra point up and good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Murray now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All day, dog.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first, they go right back to Howard. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go. 180. 46 down, man. 5-4. Check.
On the draw, here's Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down and 4, Wentz.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Running with Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Murray. Open man is Kirk. Complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And some space here. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 14-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the handoff, this is Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
81.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Two yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Murray to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Come on, D. 57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Now Murray. And Eifert has it. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is indeed good, and the Cardinals win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.